So, we today are getting out of the house and going to, Peter, you know where we're
the
going.
Tayside Police Museum in Kirriemuir. I don't know how to pronounce it. Kirriemuir.
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a beautiful day. We just thought we'd get up and we would
Yeah. Have a bit of fun.
house. Yeah.
It's a lovely day.
It's lovely. Yeah. Anyways, we'll leave it like that. So,
Okay.
we'll see you at the police museum.
Okay.
Bye. I have to say, when me and Peter go on these little, adventures and excursions, we drive through some of the most beautiful scenery. It doesn't matter where we're at in the world. When we're on a drive, we just find the most amazing things. If it was in California driving through Mojave Desert or driving through Scotland, it's just nice to sit back and kind of appreciate what the world can give you. We are going around Peter Pan's roundabout.
Yeah, and there's Peter Pan.
There's a Peter Pan right sticking in the middle of the roundabout.
Exit the roundabout.
How magical. Okay. A little bit about this police museum we're going to. It's a working police station still, but there is a museum part to it, isn't it? Attached to it. And it's free admissions, and it's run by volunteers that, and yeah, so
donations are welcome.
Yeah, donations are welcome, as always. As you saw, we went around Peter Pan's roundabout. That gave us a chuckle. I have to say, there's a lot to do around here, isn't it? There's DD music. Okay, so we're just coming up to park, and they've got charging stations, Peter.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to charge the car. Yeah, on the way. But anyways, I'm going to leave it at that because we're going to pull in and we're going to go to the museum. But first of all, we're going to hook the car up. So anyways, bye. Interesting over here. I'm going to go check it out. But this is what I'm looking at. Yeah, this is from AC/DC. This is Ronald Belford, which is Bon Scott. So, for you ACD fans, he's got a statue here. 1946 to 1980. Featured AC/DC fans based the local community group DD8 Music. The bronze statue of the singer Bon Scott was sculpted by Kirriemuir on Saturday the 30th April 2016.
AC/DC.
Yeah. So you ACD, yeah, I did. So you AC/DC fans, and there he is. Yeah, and wait a minute. Rock on. Sorry, you just saw Peter taking a picture of me with the statue. The plaque says, "You played it so hard, you played it so well, from a whole lot of Rosie to Highway to Hell, with Angus on the lead and Cliff on the bass. Everyone knew the world stage was your place. From small town halls to smoky-filled bars to fan-filled arenas, everyone knew this band would go far. Your legions and armies all wish you well, but no one knew about your personal hell. Brian screamed hell and the crowd go mad, but none of us thought it would end so sad. With Bon up high looking down below, we never thought it was time to go. So Bon reached down and took your hand, and said, "Come on now, Mal, you're back in the band. Walk in peace, we salute you, forever young." Wish I could have read it better, but yeah, it was really, really sweet. I gotta go because Peters wants to go. Anyways, but yeah, how fun to discover that. Okay. We're going to continue. So, on our way to the museum. It's really interesting, isn't it? It's kind of like you stepping back in time a little bit. I really got a good vibe here.
Yeah, still don't know where
Anyways.
we're going yet.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we can explore a bit. We've got 5 hours.
It's really interesting.
It's interesting.
It is.
What's that app's going on?
I know. It does. I feel like I've stepped back in time and walking down through here.
Definitely into their ACDC because of the guy.
Yeah.
It's a very famous place, isn't it? Yeah, see? Sweet shop. Peter Pan Play Park.
I know. Peter Pan. Yeah, Peter Pan Play Park. Police Museum, Peter?
Yeah. What do you somewhere? Oh, it's museum.
It's like,
Exciting.
he's all. I'm going to stop it there and I'm going to get permission to see if I can videotape in here. So, anyways, we're here. I did get permission. So, this still is an active police station, but this side is the museum bit. So,
Yes, I was just shot.
Yeah.
I was driving a police van
yeah.
and for part of the reasons that went off the
Tayside City of Dundee Police.
I went through the side window from here to here.
City of Dundee Police. City of Dundee Police.
Then been severely bruised through the
Oh. 5 is Belt of Dundee Police. A really cool belt, so I'll tell you that.
It's taken me a good year and a half to kind of recover where I am now.
Yeah.
Because I lost all my speech, I lost all my sight, paralyzed on one side, so it's just taken a lot of physiotherapy and getting back.
This is for special constables. Wow. Belts and things date back to 1914.
Missed the work, but I missed
I miss my team. Yeah.
Peter's catching up with the, talking to it, basically, I was like, well, yeah, a colleague, talking about, well,
yes,
their careers. Sorry, I'm just letting you guys chat.
No, we're just talking about old times.
Yeah.
we start out here.
Yeah, I'll start out here.
It's the 1980s, I think, when they stopped keeping prisoners here. Or
Right.
everyone went to Forfar and then latterly to Dundee.
Yeah, to call for someone. They used to do that all the time when I was, so we'd turn it off. So we put it on CCTV instead and just turn that thing off.
Yeah.
The cells here are smaller than the ones we had at Guildford. We had bigger cells.
Yeah.
Here's all the uniforms, and no, that's policing today. But yeah, and all the different years and uniforms and stuff that they've got here. But yeah,
A policeman from Dundee, I think, went in with his cap badge and says, "Have you got anything I could swap this for?" There you
Pick
go.
on that. Do you know?
Yeah. 19th century until about 1949, males that were convicted of offences, the judge could say, right, you'll get 8 strips of the birch.
Wow, that would have been painful.
Yeah, so before you left the building, there was no appeal. You didn't have a solicitor that could stand up and say, no, that sentence is too severe, we're going to appeal that. Before you left the building, you were taken to another room, you had to lie face down on this bench.
Yeah.
You were tied on so you couldn't move.
Yeah.
And then the person would come in and give you the
We were
eight
quite
stripes,
barbaric back then, weren't we?
eight stripes of the birch.
Yeah.
And then if you were over 14, the person that gave out the punishment, administered the punishment, if he thought, I don't think you're going to feel that, but you might feel one of these,
Yeah.
and he could change it around to one of the leather tozes. But the similar ones were the 1980s, but that wasn't over the back side. You just put your hands out and you got it.
Yeah.
Over the
didn't you
hands.
get that?
When I was
It's quite high.
It's got a double crossbar.
Yeah, I was like, so it was like it's quite high.
I've never noticed that.
It was made specifically for a tribe of African men. There was a village in Kenya where the men in the village thought it was a bit of a status symbol to have a bike with a double crossbar.
Okay.
So the cycle company in England made 800 of them to ship out to Africa for these men to use, and this one found its way to the police station in Forfar. And within the last 5 or 6 years, the joiner found it at the back of his shed, gave it a dust down and says, "Do you want it for the museum?" So that's as it came off the, but it hasn't been restored, or that's as it came off the production line.
Wow, amazing.
And the uniform of the officer is 1912, with the exception of the cap.
Yeah.
Just a selection of handcuffs and
Well, here's the old quick
fringes.
that's all gone
Yeah.
down. I remember getting that once. I used to, I was issued a tranche of another set of those
Yeah.
when I first started. Of course, that lost on.
And policewomen at one time used to be issued with handbags.
Yes.
So they got a
They're
special.
tiny.
They got, but it's actually
I
heavier.
know.
Yeah,
It's heavier than the one that the males carry.
Yeah.
It's more, oh yeah, it is, isn't it? It's got a bit of a.
Yeah.
That could do some damage, that.
Yeah, just reach in her handbag and grab that.
Well, I'm told the policewomen in Dundee left that in their locker because, like most women, if they were looking for something in their handbag, half an hour later before they would find it. So we believe that was
Oh.
the thing of choice for the policewomen in Dundee. They would stick half a brick in the bottom of their handbag, and if they got into any bother on patrol,
Yeah.
they would just swing the bag.
Well, yeah, that's
Kinda
very
makes
clever.
sense,
Yeah, it does
doesn't
make
I haven't
sense.
met any retired policewomen from Dundee to say yes, that's what happened, but the retired cops from Dundee say yes, the policewomen definitely did that. Put half a brick in the bottom of their handbag and gave somebody a wallop.
Yeah.
Photographs to make up little small warrant cards. So that was their warrant.
Oh.
If they went to someone's door and they says, "I don't think you're a police officer," they would take that little sticker out of their pocket and say, "Yes, I am." Youngsters on the street in Dundee or surrendered as part of an armistice.
Got the flintlocks there.
The only one we're aware of being from that machete at number 2. The young chap had that under the driver's seat of his car.
Jeez.
And all these other things are just number 12. A man used that to murder his wife in Dundee.
Look at the golf balls.
Oh no, I was just looking at the nails in it.
They were thrown at football matches. In the late 19th century, and for whatever reason, they decided to stay in Dundee. They got a flat in Dundee, and then one day he presented himself at the police headquarters in Dundee and said, "I've just murdered my wife. You'll find her in a box in the living room."
Oh.
So they went round to the house, and sure enough, here's the poor woman, dead and stuffed into a box. So he was arrested for the murder of his wife, at which time he said, "As well as killing her, I'm also Jack the Ripper." So they sent word down to the City of London police and said, "With this chap here, he says he's Jack the Ripper," and they hummed and hawed about it. Says, "No, he can't possibly be. We'll not be coming to see him." So he appeared at the High Court, was found guilty of murdering his wife, was sentenced to be hung, was hanged, and 2 weeks after he was hanged, 2 detectives from the City of London police arrived in Dundee and says, "We're here to see Mr. Burry about his allegation that he's Jack the Ripper." He says, "Well, you're 2 weeks too late." He's dead and buried. But just within the last 3 or 4 years, a local journalist in Dundee, Charles Mumford, has looked into all of this, and he was of the view that yes, he could have been Jack the Ripper. And 2 years ago, 20 of us went to a presentation given by the journalist, at the end of which he gave us all a bit of paper and worked out whether we thought he was guilty or not guilty. Of the 20 of us there, 19 of us thought, yes,
And he was him.
Wow.
he was Jack the Ripper. He had all the attributes that they thought Jack the Ripper would have had: medical training and
Wow.
working in an abattoir and things, and he'd done all that.
Wow. Amazing.
In a drawer in police headquarters in Dundee in 1977. Stole that shotgun, sawed off the barrels and the stock, went to a newsagent's and was held up at gunpoint, took all the money out of the till, came out of the shop the rest of that day until the chief constable at that time arrived and he persuaded him. And Dundee City Police had a mounted section. They had about 16 officers that were trained for using. How many horses do you think they owned?
16 police officers trained. They wouldn't all be using it at once. Probably a couple.
They didn't have any horses.
They didn't.
No, they had no horses and no stables. When they needed mounted officers, they would phone round local farms or estates and say, we're needing 3 horses for next week. Can you provide them? And you're more likely to see horses in our growth and things like that. We've found them a couple of times at football matches, or some of the local derbies.
We didn't have any help.
The checked hat band round police hats is called the Silito Tartan. In the 1930s, the Chief Constable of Glasgow City Police was a Sir Percy Silito, and he was fed up of his officers being identified as tram conductors, posties, bus drivers, and he thought, we need something so that the public from a distance can say, that's a police officer coming up the street. So he had this black and white checkered
So
bands
we've
put
got
on.
Scotland to thank for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
That was
That's
what
good
we
to
done.
know.
Yeah.
Okay. Once again, everything comes back to a broth.
Yeah.
This whole thing.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, we saw the story of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all the different cameras. These ones were in use up until the mid-70s.
Wow. We've come a long way, haven't we?
I know.
Yeah.
Well, you come in digital now, you know.
And that one was bought second hand in 1948. How much do you think the police paid for it in 1948? In old money.
I'd say about £5 and 10 shillings.
No. £1.10 shillings.
I got the 10 shillings.
They're
We used to
not,
get that done.
they're not a standard that would be acceptable. If you were taking a prisoner's fingerprints, you would have gotten them sent back to you saying they're not
Yeah.
they're not up to the standard that we need, because they have to be rolled.
That's where you used to do your height. As we said, Peter's got his whistle. So we've just walked out of the museum. Peter thoroughly enjoyed it. I did too. It was really the guy. What's his name?
I don't know what his name is.
The gentleman there. It was really. We got to go back. So we'll see. Because the car stopped charging. Anyways. Also, too, another thing I need to do a bit of research, which I will, is that this town, something with Peter Pan here. It's a mystery. So we're going to have to find out what that is in Kirriemuir. So I'll Google it. That's the best way of doing it. Anyways. Alright. Alright. Now going home. Aren't we? Yes. Oh, that was a nice trip.
So, what did you think?
I surprisingly really enjoyed it, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I did as well. It was a very interesting place, Kirriemuir, or Kirriemuir. Famous for the birthplace of J.M. Barrie, the creator of Peter Pan.
Yeah.
And Bon Scott, who was the lead
Of AC/DC.
singer and lyricist of AC/DC.
Rock on.
Rock on. Yeah.
So yeah, that was our day. We had really nice lunch.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, we went into the museum first, the Tayside Police Museum, and the guy was really, really nice. Obviously, I let him know that I used to be a police officer, so he completely opened up and gave us a personal guided tour of the museum, which was lovely.
Yeah, so as you know, I was just videotaping.
Yeah,
so.
he was videotaping and I was having a good old chat. And then after that, we had a look around Kirriemuir, which, you know, it's a delightful little town, to be honest, really, really pleasant. We ended up going into a little coffee shop, having a bit of lunch, and then we're back in the car and we're going home.
Which explained Peter Pan roundabout.
It did, and they've got a picture of, a statue of Peter Pan in the town centre there,
Yeah, so.
which you took a picture of.
Yeah.
And no doubt you'll insert on this video.
I will insert on this video. But that's our day. Yeah, so it was a nice day to get out. Yeah, so that's our day, and we're going to leave it at that, aren't we?
Yep.
So we will see you around.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel so that we can bring you more content in the future. It also helps us to make the channel grow. And once again, thank you so much for watching.